Okay, welcome to back. We're in sleeper base. So called because there's nothing going on. There's a couple things that we need to do in here, though. Oop, Iron Wolves. One of the few things that we fight. There's also a couple robots that we'll run into. Sec Pass 3, important. As you might have gathered from the name. Yeah, because sec passes are what opens the doors. And we gotta fight. Dude, seriously? Don't jam the freaking weapon, loser. Sec Pass 1. And clips. A lot of clips. Sec Pass. Yeah, crap. Alright, see that little thing there to the left? That is a skill check. Or actually, it's an attribute check. So we're going to see who's got the highest dexterity. 15, 20. Alright. Covenant. No, we do not want to dismiss him further. Reach your hand, feel something smooth, metallic, and cool to the touch. Just in time and fine. 2 power packs. Never mind. Sometimes you can get a laser rifle out of there. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, remembered. Everything you ever wanted to know about clone chemical preparations. I think Sally's success wants to learn clone tech. That's all that thing teaches, but that's the only place you can learn it. Warbot. Ah, there's a laser rifle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Laser rifle is an endgame weapon. So up to level 2. It's actually kind of relaxing. Let's see. Yep. Okay, we got a doctor, and we've got books. This is just a generic one. But it does have cyborg tech, which we also need. So I will pick up cyborg tech. Only one person needs it. You've got energy weapons. You've got energy weapons. You've got energy weapons. You've got energy weapons. Well, now you've got doctor. Finally. And you've got energy weapons. And we have characters with way more skill points than they need. Wow, 13. Really, Ace? You're going to learn how to fly a helicopter. Oh, yeah. Get a morgue. I think these are in-jokes, but I don't know. I'm really not sure. That's the same. We don't need to unlock that. Is there anything in here? Nope, nothing in there worthwhile. Okay, can't get in there yet. And can't get in there yet. Definitely can't get in there yet. That doesn't matter. Yep. Sec Pass A. Yeah. There's 1, 3, 7, A, and B. Can't Yeah. Nope. Okay. We're done on this floor. Up to the 3rd floor. Yep. I think that's just radiation suits. I don't think there's anything important in there. 7. Yep, no, we'll find out later. Okay, this is an important room. 4, 7, 8. There we go. Sec pass 7 and a... 7 and a power converter. We'll need the power converter elsewhere. And we need a ROM board. I don't remember where the ROM board is. No. That's an annoying thing. We'll come back to that later. Okay. Background information. 6, 7. There we go. Okay, 101's the last one. So, we're going to listen to all this.
Colonel John Smith's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads, in part, after the confrontation with Finster concerning the shift of Darwin's focus, Smith requested and got a transfer to the Base 2 operation. He remained acting commander until the project's completion in 1995. Major Harrison Edsall's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads, in part, the discipline problem with Edsall has resolved itself. Once he learned he would be transferred to Base Cochise to program that computer with his new artificial intelligence routines, he stopped complaining about the primitive rules restricting his creativity on this project.
When I first started playing, I skipped a lot of these, but this is a lot of important backstory.
Major Peregrine Site's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads in part, Peregrine accurately assessed the security problems with the storage area. While the base is not meant to be an armed camp, his precautions are well noted and should provide a surprise for unauthorized personnel operating in the base. Captain Phil Thomas's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads in part, Thomas, a recent transfer from Project Darwin, has expressed reservations about Finster's experiments. He voiced some of the same objections to them that prompted me to leave Darwin. I don't know if he's on the level or if this is some trap set by Finster. Captain Andrea Mills' personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads in part, despite her having won the Nobel last year, Andrea's relationships with the other project members have not changed. She's still her affable self, and she's made others feel through their work on the clone pods they've each earned a piece of that Nobel themselves.
Right.
Captain Dr. Franklin Beam's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads in part, Dr. Beam's assessment of Edsall's obsessive behavior concerning the computer and AI just works as another nail in Edsall's coffin. The faster I can get him out of here, the better. Let Cochise's boss deal with a fully aware computer. Lieutenant Russet Heller's personnel file flashes up onto the screen. Aside from a large amount of test scores and other data, an occasional paragraph of interest slides by. One that catches your eye reads in part, I thought Heller would be a discipline problem, but he's not. His jokes relieve the tension as we work to finish this base. Others worry about the news that Edsel's new computer is helping to finish Cochise all by itself, but Heller shrugs it off. Who wants to work with someone who won't sit down for a cold beer after the work's done anyway? Perhaps mankind does stand a chance against superior machines.
So that's a lot of background information on some of the weirdness that's going on with with the base. We've got weird sentient computers. We've got unbalanced people working on said sentient computers. It's all kind of a mess. Oh, by the way, these electrified floors will kill the crap out of you. But you can't open the door unless the power's on. And yeah, it ain't gonna hurt. Whoops. Laser rifle. Oh, there we go. Oh, Aster cylinder. Load, attack burst, attack. Oh, yes. There we go. Forgot about them. These are base Cochise little foes, by the by. And they're melee. I don't think we need a fusion cell. We need a ROM board, which I thought was supposed to show up in here, but I'm not sure where it is. We'll have to look. And yeah, safe crack. That's what you have to use. You can't blow it open. Oh, there we go. Can't blow it open. Can't do anything. All it has is a plasma coupler. There's 2 more places to get plasma couplers. So we are going to leave that plasma coupler there. I will show off where the other plasma couplers are later. Yeah, needless to say, I normally don't bother going down into there because it's just a pain in the neck. Bouncing back and forth. And it doesn't really net you anything useful. So, let's see here. There we go. A power pack. And nothing in there. That's the personnel files. So let's get back down to the 2nd floor. This is all the keys we're going to get for now, by the way. Sec Pass B is elsewhere. Yeah, those are rad suits. A lot of rad suits, but still just rad suits. Let's see. He's got the power converter. You've got the power converter. There we go. And wow, that's a lot of stuff. I want a jug. You'll see why. This is why I had a paper copy of the hint book. And what I did was I wrote down install manual outflow device. Anyway. Create clone fluid. Anyway, I had a paper copy of this, and I wrote down what key was on each door, because it was just ridiculous. Door has no handle or sign, just a narrow slot on the right side. Because I can never remember what key works on what door. Badoop. Yep. Bad idea is being cloned. We could just wait around for 3 days, but I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not actually going to use that clone. Because who cares? Where is that ROM board? Where is that ROM board? I know where I could get a ROM board. But I wouldn't enjoy getting that ROM board. Because getting that ROM board would probably kill me. And yep, there's a... out in base Cochise, there's a ROM board that you can get. It's just out on the ground. But I don't want to show off base Cochise. And well, we're kind of stuck. That's it for a sleeper. Now, what could we do? Done with sleeper base. Well, Max mentioned something. Wow. Hi, guys. About Darwin. Oh, hey, look at this. Hey, a door with a slot. I wonder. Oh, how about that? Yeah. Sec Pass 7 opens every door in the place. Sink, stove, kitchen. Yes, you could go in that little rabbit maze there, but I'm not going to bother. There's nothing in there. Upper level. Let's go talk to Finster.
The director, a handsome, slender man, waves you to chairs that face his desk. Beyond his desk, you see a window into an alien landscape. Through the window, you see a red world with strangely shaped plants. You see animals slinking through the shadows and crawling across massive rock outcroppings. And you shudder. It just doesn't feel right. The director, Erwin John Finster, notices your stare and smiles like a snake oil salesman. I see you've noticed my pet project. This is how the world will be when all men are gone. It will once again return to the pristine paradise it was before man rose up and destroyed it. He turns away from the window and smiles at you. By the very fact that you're here, I know you've recovered certain items of a technical nature. Whatever prompted you to violate this base's security, I don't know, but I'm willing to forgive it. He sits, leans back, and steeples his fingers. Because of the delicate nature of our work here, all very hush-hush, you know, I must ask you to leave. Suddenly, he leans forward and scowls. If you do not want to go, well, we are not without means to deal with even the likes of dreaded desert rangers.
Yeah, a little bit of a threat. I think you can climb over that balcony. But we're not going to do that. And ground level. Well. Buy a drink.
Erwin John Finster. He runs Project Darwin. He still thinks the world's like it was before, you know?
Oh, right. Crap. Yeah. You have to do things in a certain way or else you won't get the information.
Darwin was a science base a long time ago. Supposed to be hush-hush, but I grew up in its shadow, so...
There we go.
The bartender sighs. He was working in the base as a janitor. Now he's real sick.
And we can't ask about Mad Dog Fargo because they goofed up. It's Brian the Fist, which was what his name was in Bard's Tale.
He wandered in from the desert to study here. He talked with Finster, but got sick before he got a job.
I think that's the same one as before.
He's an inhuman monster just 'cause he don't get sick. He figures no one else should.
Doesn't get sick, huh?
The bartender smiles at your question. Which one, Cretan or Proteus?
Yes. Yeah. Cretan is password to the black market, except I think it's supposed to be Cretan. Proteus is the password here, but I think the ROM board, I think you can find a ROM board in here. These are spawning pits. That reduces the number of random combats. Oh, what the hell? RPGs or something. I know you do. Hey. Come on, Covenant. Quit being a dick. I just trade him away, but he can disobey that, too. Bleh. Spawn Master. Yeah, these are kind of a pain, but not too bad. Aha! Think this is my ROM board. Nope. Oh! Dun dun dun! Yeah, we don't need money anymore. Da da da! Armor class 10. Booyah! Forgot that was there. Nice. See, if you don't know the password, also you have to do it this way. Damn. Of course, you don't have to go into all the spawning pits. That's just what I was doing. I thought... Man, I thought the ROM board was in here. This is where you go if you take the elevator. Okay. Covenant. Covenant. If you do the password wrong, you end up down there. Go back up. Go talk to John. Hey, John, sorry, but... Oh. Huh? Oh. Well, that's why I don't get sick. Yep, grab Finster's head. Oh, wait, no. 6. You are going to need... You're going to need... you're going to need a couple of them. Oh, look at that. Turn the machine on, you put on the cyber helmet. You blank your mind and picture a red-blue pattern. Oh, if you don't have cyborg tech, you can't do this. And, yeah. We'll save this for next time.